Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Vanheim section. As you can see, the Vanheim War has begun. First off, found a magic site, Earthroot Tower. That's good, with one of the dwarves. And the guy I had site searching the Air 2 actually found a Thunder Oak, so all my choices were justified. I'm literally the best to ever do it. Definitely a good move. Marignon is continuing to raise unrest in my province, as to be expected. And let's watch some of these battles, shall we? I don't think they're that interesting. Yeah, it's just like a garbage PD here. I'm like way over committing to this battle. Just throwing javelins at a lone archer. Here's Abyssia attacking Midland. Oh yeah, this is the connection province. Oh damn, this is a pretty major battle for for year one. What do we have? A lot of lava warriors. Oh, also Abyssian infantry with battle axes. I mean, these guys hit really hard at 25 damage, and they have good protection, 17. And there are some sacreds mixed in here. That's interesting. These independent units are useless. Like they're actually going to just die because their companions are so hot that they will just pass out, unable to handle it, unable to handle the heat, and will fall unconscious. Now, Mictlan has a lot more HP, probably, on their side of the battle, and they actually have their profit, too. +6 strength, you know, that's kind of serious business. And they've got a lot of sacred units. They're going to bless all their sacred units. But a lot of their units are trash. You know, these guys, like, okay, you're going to net down the Abyssian, so you're going to lower his defense skill from 6 to 0. This dude doesn't care about his defense skill, man. He's going to defense 0. He's using Berserk to get his protection up high. So I think, unfortunately, the PD... I guess this is a PD dump. It must be. It must be a PD dump. These units were not here last turn. I think the PD is, unfortunately, just not going to work against Abyssian units. But I don't actually know who wins this battle, so we'll see what happens. Now these guys, they you know, they're getting their defense from their shield. So if that's gone, then yeah, so even with a fly and attack career order with those sacred units, Mictlan was not able to do it, and that is pretty bad. Wait, was this seriously 62 PD? No way. This had to be like 36 PD, right? Because the 62 PD, no way. It has to be like 1 for every 2. Surely. That's surely what it is. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, still, 36 PD, that is an expensive PD dump. And then on top of that, like, all this shit is dead. Like, sure, this is well over 1,000 gold of casualties. What did Abyssia lose? It's like 200. It's like 400, we'll say. That's like 600. Yeah, I'm not calculating, but I'm just guessing that Abyssia lost half of what Mictlan lost. This is a very bad defeat for Mictlan, for sure. Yeah, not good. Now, I fought more battles against the cave dwellers. This is just one guy? That's one guy and his buddy against some heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry are no joke. I think they actually popped his glamour or something. I'm not sure what that effect was. Anyway, I mean, we are able to win that one. Over here in Fulwinshire. What's going on over here? It's just trash. Yeah, nothing to see there. Is there anything going on interesting in these battles? No. Just killing stuff. Oh, wow. Marignon attacked Ind and won. What the hell? Wait, what? Oh, okay, okay. I was like, wait, they stormed the capital already? No, this is just the province defense. I mean, what can you say? When you're up against these, like, hell-blessed nightmare cavalry, it's the same shit I'm using, Like, this brain dead, kill everything, bless. Decaying weapons, huh? That's interesting. Plus larger. Yeah, there wasn't too much left for Marignon here on this battle. That was not a I don't think that was a doomed to defeat battle, but kind of the way the Knights of the Chalice flanked around, the way Marignon had his cavalry positioned on the north and south flank, and they just pincered the mages in the back, and the province defense didn't really spawn in the correct location, to protect them. Yeah, kind of just killed them. I mean, this is one of those irrecoverable losses, hop in the grave losses, as they say. Like, yeah, this is... I mean, all these units are sacred that Ind has, so everyone, like, they're always limited on recruitment. I mean, Marignon, they lost some state troops, for sure. They actually lost 14 sacres. It's not nothing, but definitely came out ahead. Very big battle. A crazy, huge battle for this early in the game. A monster of the deep has been stirred. And we killed it. It's just a kraken. Some Ettins spawned and attacked some guy. This is whatever the PD is in that province. This one, as it turns out. But there is an Ettin over here. So yeah, this is the situation with Agartha. So what you may notice is that this is Agartha. Yeah, that's Agartha itself. Is that the Pythium army is actually retreated. It actually, even though I was told by Pythium, like, hey, I'm going in on Agartha. We're going in. We're attacking. What they did instead is they just retreated. So at this point, oh yeah, here comes the mage. Way too late. What I decided to do was I went to Agartha and I said, hey, in the provinces I took from you, I only put in one PD. Just take them back. I'm not actually going to attack you anymore. I'm attacking Pythium. You're free to take back the stuff. I'm not going to pop up and attack you. Now, of course, being an elf, probably has no reason to trust me. But part of the reason I was even getting involved in this war in the first place was because Pythium is the one throwing bodies into the meat grinder, not me. My elven lives are obviously worth far too much to be expended on literal troglodytes. But, I told Agartha, like, hey, Pythium said he was going to help me attack you. He turned his back on me. I have no interest in assisting or getting bogged down in a war with you if my ally in this matter is going to turn traitor immediately, like as before, like as the war begins. So I'm not going to attack you anymore. Like, you are free to take back the stuff that I took from you. I'm not even going to attempt to put up a resistance. And in fact, I will help you fight Pythium if you want me to. And he said to that, like, sure, sounds good. And at the same time, I went to Pythium and I said, like, I can't believe you betrayed me. I can't believe you turned your back on me. This betrayal, this maneuver of cowardice, this sort of belligerent, puffing my chest out nonsense, baiting, basically. And I think he fell for it. Or I don't know, maybe this was actually like genuinely not intentional. I don't know what Pythium player was actually thinking. I uh, haven't spoken to them or seen them post since the game ended. But yeah, I don't know exactly why he made this maneuver. I mean, it's actually not a bad maneuver if he's working with Agartha in the first place. You know, like if they were actually always together and they're like, hey, there's some dirty elves over here, let's just kill them, you know, like let's just team up and kill them. Like if that's the case, then this is a great move by Pythium. It's like, oh, the elf player's bullying me, taking my islands over here. Hey Agartha, let's you know, you can go over this river here and just like take all this stuff, and I'm going to move in and attack Vanheim directly with my giant stack of deer tribe archers, and we're gonna take back the land. We're gonna 2-for-1 him and bog him down in a long war. And you know what? I think that would be a completely reasonable, smart idea. I think that probably this was a very pivotal turn where a lot of diplomatic moves happened, and I do think that if Agartha and Pythium teamed up together to fight me, it probably would have gone bad. But as I said, Agartha was like, hey, I don't want, like, I'm down to whatever, how many provinces this is, like 5 or something, excluding these ones, which are generating nothing for him. You know, my income kind of just got smashed. If you're telling me that you want a peace deal and I can take back my stuff, that's good. You know, I'll take it. I think that was the thinking Agartha had, and that's totally reasonable. I would probably do the same if I was in his position. Like if Pythium told me after what we had been going through, you know, our little war together, if he said like, "Oh, hey man, we're actually I'm actually on your side. You know, when I took your provinces and we fought that big battle together and I marched this army right outside your fort after taking your land, actually that was all just a feint. We're going to work together." I don't know if I would be inclined to believe that, but at the same time, you know, Vanheim, they're elves. You can't trust an elf player ever. Yeah. Any sort of sneaky nation like early age Ulm or Ubar or Nabah or any of the elf nations, whatever. They always got tricks, you know, sneaky units always work this way. Anyway, as I said I was doing, I'm taking my troops and I'm sneaking around in various provinces. And I'm moving units into Pythium itself. God, this fort's just not going to do anything. I mean, I guess the political situation has changed enough that I can't really be bothered to work on the infrastructure, but I should have done that already. Should have already been good to go. There should be a lab and a temple. There should be a lab in this province, and there should be a temple being built right now, this turn. I have the money to do it. What else is happening? Oh, I've got the useless effigy of war. Woohoo. Building a palisade here. This might be too much. For those of you back home, yeah, it's good to have forts. Forts give you mages, they give you state troops. There's also a point where you just have too many forts, where the infrastructure construction that you have going on is just too much. I'm building a palisade down here as well. It might, yeah, it just might be a little overkill on the palisade construction. Like I'm building 4 palisades right now. Never mind. I'm building 5 palisades this turn. This is too much. This is a little too much infrastructure going up all at the same time. Especially when I just started a war. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for when you're taking aggressive action, you should expand economically behind it because your opponent is trying to deal with the situation at home, and they can't really do that much aggressive action towards you, at least at this point in the game. But this is too much. I mean, come on. Like, yeah, I'm floating a lot of money, but I shouldn't be. You know, I should have a lab and a temple here. I should have a lab and a temple here. That would put me down 1,800 gold from where I'm at currently, so I would be in the negatives. which would mean I would have to stop building one of these palisades. Probably looking back on it, this one's not a good choice. I mean, it's okay. This would be better though at 10,000. I'm building a palisade here too. Holy shit! I'm building 6 palisades this turn. I mean, I started 4 new ones, but I've got 6 in total in construction. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's way too much. That's just ludicrous. I can't afford to... I'm like a... Yeah, that's no good. That's not good. Did I change my research? No, I'm still putting my 16 research points into enchantment. Goodness, my research is so poor. At least I'm forging owl quills. I've got another dwarven hammer, forging another dwarven hammer. I mean, I'm gonna use those all the time. I've got 1 mage researching. 1 mage researching. Goodness gracious. And I'm gonna have to send elves over to build a Labana temple here, and a Lava temple here, and a Lab temple here, and then one over here, and one over here, and one over here. It's just like, where am I gonna come up with that money? And I'm starting a colossal war. Not a good call. Not a good idea, I think. Maybe like 1 palisade would have been fine, because then I can, I still have some funds left over, and I'm gonna need to build more infrastructure. Anyway, I'm just repeating myself. You get what I'm saying. What's going on over here in Mickland? Just the usual. Yeah, this was a bad. This was not great for Micklen. Good for me, though. Good for me that this war is continuing to happen. Sending this mage down here to ping this throne, because I want to see what the units over here are. If I can possibly take it, then I want to. As we saw, yeah, Marignon is sieging Ind itself down. Not, Ind's kind of dead, kind of dying. Is there anything else of note? Zabalba definitely at war with Jotunheim, for sure. Without a doubt, confirmed with the Jotunheim player is happening. Yeah, that's all for this video.